People are arguing that Sylvanas is, sorry, not Sylvanas, Jaina is too burly in regards to faction balance. But I don't know. I don't know what I think. It was very flashy, yeah. Um, I remember having a bit of a comment on it before. I remember back at the uh, here. Remember back here when we did that quest with Jaina, and we like jumped off the dam or teleported away, and cold Tyrans don't look at explosions. Um, I know they've centered too much making her cool and whatnot, rather than her truly earning her position as Grand Admiral, High Admiral, whatever. Um, Stoned Admiral. Again, like we did most of the work, and she's just gifted the position. She did do something big, but again, my argument is they kind of cut out the middle of her arc. Really, whether or not you think she was right in what she did, for her and the Kultiran people, it was a redemption arc. And they cut out the middle of it. Starts at the start of redemption, does a little token towards it, and it's immediately at the end of her redemption. Honestly, I think she shouldn't have gotten been named High Admiral to end of the expansion. Maybe 8.3, sure, but she got named High Admiral right at the start, basically. And like, she didn't do enough for it. She was just gifted it. It was kind of poor writing on their part. Again, for those who don't know, the issue here. Her father came and commandeered her kingdom of Terramore to a war against the Horde. Jaina and the Horde were at peace. They'd, you know, they've come to terms and they had actually been getting along. She had seen the honor in them. The father hadn't any such experience, and as we learned, she lost a brother to the Horde, and her father a son. So he was, again, acting out of fatherly grief. And he refused to stand down. And she couldn't take up arms against her father, but nor she could take up arms against her new friends. So she stood to one side. As far as the people of Koltiris were concerned, she was a monster. And that, aided or otherwise stood to one side to the death of their king. Well, their High Admiral. That's a hard thing to come back from. It's treason at the highest order. So, she would have to bleed for such a redemption. She brings back the fleet, she saves her brother. That's a big token towards it, and might buy a grudging tolerance of her, sure. But then she has to bleed for the rest of it. Well, remember what she did at the end of the troll raid. Give her that, but no aid from the Koltiran Marines. Unlike what she got. She shouldn't get any aid from them. During, you know how you have little bits of her turning up in the capital city, talking to different people and whatnot. You should have little bits of that, or maybe even a odd world quest of her fighting Coven remnants in Drustvar, fighting random rogues or whatever in Storms. Let me get the names. It's been too long since I played it. Random rogues here in Tiragard, other mooks in Stormsong, like remnant either Naga or Stormsong's forces. I don't know this quest. Oh yes, it was the Darkest Dungeon stuff, which is a game I do want to continue, but I just haven't been in the mood. But you should have little bits of her doing that. Maybe try, have her turn up a Naga assaults here in Koltiris, trying to fend off the attacks. Like, they should be bits there, Ooh, what's this? Wavewaiter, Cohen, and Cohen. I don't really need more rep with them. I would like to get them salted, certainly, but I'm more interested in the gnomes right now. But yeah, basically, she had to do more for it. Like, again, she did the greatest of treasons and was forgiven far too easily. The people looked ready to lynch her in the streets. They should have at most a grudging tolerance for her after bringing the surviving brother back. And the fleet. A grudging tolerance at most. She aided in the breaking of the siege in the city. And then her, bleeding and suffering trying to save her people. Again, she's so powerful, it'd be hard to do that justifiably. But, like in Coven remnants or cultist remnants or whatnot. Stormsong remnants. It'd be hard to do that justifiably, but might be able to find a way. Then you could justify people warming up to her. But they warmed up to her far too easily. And you might think, well, the guy didn't seem too happy talking to her in the streets. Well, given the topic, not surprising, and basically what I remember making a point before, there should be coups against her. Seeing her as illegitimate. She did the greatest of treasons. The people loved their High Admiral. They were devoted to him. And as such, she would have to truly earn her redemption. I keep saying bleed, but she did the greatest of treasons against him. She would have to truly suffer to redeem herself in their eyes. She would have to bleed for it. And her not doing so makes it feel all the more illegitimate. Like that they kind of cut out the middle of her arc, really. I remember, I think it was Beller Gaming saying there's the same thing back in WoD with Euro. They had more of a development to her thing, which would have explained why she is named Exarch or whatever it's called. The position of authority she rises to. That they had more of leading up to that with the whole Shatterat raid and whatnot. But which they dropped, but still had her rising to that position. Blizzard has had a weird tendency of doing this. Though it's more egregious in Jaina's case, because there was more of a... Euro just came in for the expansion. The Jaina's thing that's been the case since Warcraft 3. It's continuing on from an old established event, rather than just being a fumbling of a recently introduced character. Still not good either way, but... you bring back a character or you bring back an event and you fumble, its execution hurts all the more. So yeah. Basically I have no issue with her rising to High Admiral, but it just simply, she has to go through it, the rising to it has to go in the right way. She can't just be gifted it like she was, she has to... And you may think, well, she was tormented while she was captured by the other guy, in the Shadowland place. Again, the Cultiran people don't know and probably wouldn't care. She wasn't bleeding for them. She was being tormented, and a lot of them will probably think good for, good. And warm up to the torturer instead. Again, thinking logically. So, it's like I said, they greatly fumbled that arc quite frustratingly. But then again, do we really go to Blizzard expecting good writing? Let's be fair here. I've never had a bit of Blizzard writing that seemed better dead than a traitor. Some causes are worth betraying. But, then again, I suppose the whole Gen bit with the, the Gulneas, there was like the Gulneas Civil War, that wasn't bad. You're doing a shit job. There's literally a cloaked assassin in front of you, and you're detecting this shit. And this guy's trying to kill me. But, damn it, what was I saying? I'm gonna stop and check, BRB. Ah yeah, so I was talking about the Gulneas Civil War. Basically with the Gulneas Civil War, I kind of liked it. Basically the whole thing with that was, it's not that one side was one side, they were both did what they did out of love for their people. I can't remember their names anymore. It was Gen and someone else. A lesser Worgen leader. Basically, they went to war with each other over their love of their people. Gen built the wall and shut out the people of the village just outside Gulneas. The people here in just outside Shadowfang. Sadly, it's now called the Battlefront, so I can't tell what it's called. But the villagers there were part of Gulneas territory, and they were sealed out with the Scourge. And the other guy was the ward of them. So he went to war with Gen over that. Well, Gen, to save as many of his people as possible, made that cut. Oh, floaty. Nice. Oh, there you go. But yeah, so yeah, I kind of like that. There's some other detail with the Gulneas storyline I liked, but and I generally like Gen, but I know overall there hasn't been any moments with WoW that's really, or got to me, Same with other Blizzard games. So maybe I'm being overly harsh, but yeah.
I never miss a shot.
You do glitch your cat leg into that guy though. The last Sylvanas will face first. Signed your northern gate.
So, we are to strike from the north. A sound plan. There is no telling what treachery Sylvanas has in store for us.
She fought beside you for many years, both in life and in undeath. You must know her well.
Perhaps I did, long ago. But now... Our forces are few in number. We must make use of the surrounding terrain when we assault the gate.
The Sentinels have made use of that terrain for millennia. Our knowledge of the land was old when the Farstriders were young.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
The beauty of Eversong endures. The rebuilding continues. I greet you on behalf of Sylvanas. We have made many sacrifices. I proudly serve as Regent Lord. Hair like this does not just happen on its own. It requires constant attention. My eye patch has never switched sides. I mean, who would mix up something like that? Baladash, Malanore. The eternal sun still guides us. Baladash, Malanore. The beauty of Eversong endures.
Also, I swear that's stretching. It's not just moving up and down, it's actually stretching. I can kind of see it here. It stretches. Oh, that bugs me. But yeah, that's the Crusader from Diablo 3 and the human sniper dude from... I hit my quote. Oh no, I haven't. And the human sniper dude from human sniper dude from Destiny. He's over in the EDZ. I've recorded 170 hours of Destiny. You'll be seeing that at some stage. Probably in a few years' time. I still have a lot of editing and whatnot to do. I've fallen behind on it for a few months there. I couldn't edit. Then... yeah, for a few months there I couldn't edit. And then I'm trying to work my way through it bit by bit, and it's painful. Who had the flashy swords there? Ah, you did. Fire daggers. But yeah, it's slow going because I have a lot of hours to do. I'm nearly done with the RTS stuff, except that I added to it with more Dawn of War. Right, that's done. I'm nearly done with the RTS stuff, except for adding to it with Dawn of War. Once that's done, then I can edit this stuff. Then I'll be on to shooters, and then I'm not sure after that. Think I'll be back to RPG stuff. Or well, onto RPG stuff. Started off with RTS and I haven't moved off it yet, and I'm like nearly 200 some. I'm over 200 episodes in. The Legion, the Naga, and now each other. How much must war cost us before we bring it to an end? Only the dead know the end of war. To a point. Aye, Chieftain, you've been tasked with defending the skies over Thunderbluff.
High mountain stands. There is little my eagle riders can do while Sylvanas controls the skies. But we can still defend Thunderbluff. G is already there, tending to Bane's wounds. He said he has seen Orgrimmar under siege once before, and does not wish to relive it. We will stand beside our Tauren kin, and await further orders from Saurfang. Earth Mother, watch over us all.
I don't bear any resentment for Demps for going horde on like the elves, because they weren't near as much of a pain to level as the elves. I suffered to get to high rep with them, and God, did they screw me. Oh, well done, you helped us retake our city. No, get the fuck out! It's like... oh, you know, Jaina, mana bomb. Let's return the horde a favor.
A king is only as noble as the causes he serves.
Our people are tired and our resources are dwindling. We need every weapon and every soldier at our disposal for to take the city. Wish this bloodshed wasn't necessary. Our forces are in place. All that is left is to begin the battle. I remember someone claiming that the reason why Sylvanas wasn't here is because they considered the Dark Shore fight to be her getting her vengeance. But that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Forces in place, all that's left is to begin the battle. We've prepared for this battle as best as we can, Palnai. I pray that we all survive what is to come.
You are always welcome in Stormwind.
For the Alliance!
Varrock, it's time.
Those who defend Orgrimmar are Horde as well. Our brothers and sisters.
These warriors have sworn to fight. For you. Many lives will be lost.
Or perhaps just one. Sylvanas Windrunner! I challenge Makora!
A traitor leading traitors. Why should I accept your challenge?
You want to make me suffer.
Brother, you cannot win.
My old friend. You and I.
We don't get to hide.
I set you on this path.
And we knew where it could lead. Walk with me. The rest of the way. Let it be finished.
The High Overlord falls. I trusted you. And so did they. Death comes, old soldier. And all their hope dies with you.
You cannot kill hope. You tried at Teldrassil. You failed. Hope remains. You set us to kill each other at Lordaeron. You failed. Here we stand. You just keep failing. The Horde will endure. The Horde is strong.
The Horde is nothing! You are all nothing!
For Azeroth!
If you could see yourselves as I see you. Toy soldiers in tin plate. Beasts who howl for honor. Standing as one. Savor it. Nothing lasts.
What
do we do now? We bring him home.
Huh. I was kind of hoping to do a bit of fighting there that kind of amped me up. Ooh, this is an... Huh. Interesting model. They kind of amped me up for a bit of fighting there. Kind of feel a little cock-teased. So, also nice bit with the sword. It's not that he's dead now. Again, I haven't gotten to see much of the guy, but I liked him. Kind of weird, like, they'd been hyped up that we were traitors, and I know Sylvanas called the Horde nothing, and they were Horde loyalists to some point. To some faction of more Horde loyalists over Sylvanas loyalists. But it's still kind of weird to me that they would just be like, oh, well, okay, woo! And, yeah, not try and murk the 3 leaders that went in. I kind of hope there's a bit more where there is a bit of contention between the ones that were inside the city, you know? Because it is a little weird. Then again, I suppose they're probably at a loss, because... Well, actually, those are still flagged as hostile. You know, Sylvanas just fucked off, and... You know, whatnot. She won the little duel between the two of them, but she just kind of fucked off.
We cannot let the world fall to darkness.
He gave his life so our soldiers' one was theirs. None of us anticipated he would challenge Sylvanas directly, but perhaps she did. Thus, it's no good to debate whether this was part of her plan, or if she merely took advantage of an opportunity. Must guard against her schemes. Must be on guard against her schemes. Sylvanas won its final battle. I do not know what will become of the Horde. I do hope they will find a new path to follow. My keyboard keeps lagging and it's frustrating. But, I guess he was baiting out the you know, such anti-Horde comments from her. Because she does hold basically everyone in contempt. And I guess he knew she would eventually let the mask slip. You know, as much as it's already hanging off her face. He was going for a PR victory, I guess. Like, I know, so he you know, he gave his life so our soldiers will not lose hours. But, that only worked because Sylvanas fucked up. I can't remember what else I was going to say there. Sylvie. Saurfang, how could this have happened? Takes a moment to compose herself. The Alliance is known, High Lord Saurfang is both a sworn enemy and an invaluable ally. Anduin will want to honor his memory. Recall our forces and inform them of what has happened. Genso dispatched to Western Gate. Should be able to find them there.
I will never forget. Regent Lord, what manner of magic did Sylvanas use against Saurfang?
Clearly, old god.
Either you or Thalysra would have the answer to that question. I have never seen her wield such power.
She's got the knife.
Unlike any magic I have ever encountered. I could sense none of it, even in her presence.
Then she must have only recently acquired it. Or simply waited until now to reveal it.
Either way, it does not bode well for us. Whatever she is planning, she no longer needs the Horde to achieve it.
Yeah, after the raid, she gets the knife without the spirit that's in it, that's still in the random elf's body. But, oh, city's there, but still all hostile. Okay, despite us apparently being friendly now, yeah, they're still gonna try and kill me. Maybe we shouldn't have left the king go into a hostile city. Again, there's no real... So yeah, Sylvanas, you know, clearly played her hand against the Horde. And so there'll be Horde loyalists in there that would now dislike her for calling the Horde nothing. And then her just fucking off. But there's Sylvanas loyalists in there. Why... You know, again, it makes no sense that they would just let the king go in. It's really clunkily done. I dislike it. Maybe also when I was saying you don't go to WoW novels for good story writing, well, sorry, Blizzard games for good story. You may point to the novels for examples of it, and fair enough. But the issue here is that's Blizzard employing, I guess, proper actual, you know, fiction, actual writers for it. In WoW games, they frequently, like in WoW, though, like, Christy Golden, Miss Golden, they'll or Mrs. I don't know, Golden. They'll have her, you know, write a novel, then maybe acknowledge it, or take the characterization in like a complete different direction. They go for the mirror universe of what she wrote. You saw that with Garrosh. She wrote him one way, and then they proceeded to completely ignore it. Apparently, they've since brought her on board, but I don't know how much that actually counts, if you get me. You know, they may still be, oh yeah, that's great. Break out the other script. You know.
I don't have a target.
So I've no idea. I'm obviously being flippant here, but there's probably grand stuff in the novels, but it doesn't seem to make its way into WoW too well. Vengeful Swift Claws, and yeah, sad again here has been a little cock-teased.
We owe much to the Alliance.
Oh, Darius Crowley. He was the other guy I was thinking of. These two went to war before. And they... Remember I was saying about the village outside Gilneas and... Or maybe it was Silverpine as a whole. All I remember is the village. Crowley and again here went to war over the wall and shutting out their citizens. I kind of like that bit. But, yeah. Long have I waited for this moment, Palanai. I will finally claim justice for Liam. Saurfang challenged Sylvanas to Magora, and then...
The Alliance must endure.
Saurfang is dead, and Sylvanas has escaped.
This is no victory. I care not who leads the Horde, or if they tear each other apart. All that matters is slaying the Banshee, and we have missed our chance.
Hail, champion.
Ah. He took it better than I thought. Oh, there's 3 more chapters to this? That's nice. You can see the summary of the quest so far. That's a nice little feature. But yeah, it's like, it is a nice token to bring him home, but it's like, logistically, it is a terrible choice. Like, with some things you can get away with a terrible choice, but like, literally, the city is still hostile to us. They will try and kill us if we go in. It makes no sense that Anduin hasn't just been murked in the streets. I guess Troll's with him. Oh, this is new. I mean to... Yeah, they're very angry. They're very angry. By order of the war chief, fight only allowed to authorized personnel. Oh, it's hostile to everyone. Alright. No, it's probably just for this little event here. Wow. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense that they haven't just got fucking ganked the moment they walked in there. Yeah, and full with the writing. Man who lost their lives to the war, let us hope Saurfang is the last. No matter what doubts he harbored, Saurfang was an honorable soldier, bent about a civil war within the Horde and potential destruction of the Alliance. Brought an end to Sylvanas' reign and saved many lives at the cost of his own. We shall honor his sacrifice. Ooh! Veteran of the Fourth War.
The true battle lies ahead.
We'll draw our forces from Durtar. Our purpose was to defeat Sylvanas, though she yet lives, she no longer leads the Horde. Hopefully we can unite against N'Zoth. Now united against N'Zoth, King Anna has asked for us to join him in honoring Saurfang.
The Alliance will...
Can I walk in the door now without getting stabbed? I'm not powerful enough to start calling them.
Varrock Saurfang, son of Koruk, supreme commander of the might of Kalimdor, high overlord of the Horde. He led the charge against the Lich King. He defended our world from the Legion. Saurfang inspired all of us to strive for true honor, and his legacy will live on in our deeds.
When the Alliance and Horde marched on Ankarash, it was Saurfang who valiantly commanded our combined forces. Today, his courage saved thousands of lives on both sides of the battle. His sacrifice will never be forgotten.
You have earned your warrior's death, old friend. Now, greet your son with honor and glory.
The run animation on the Assassin Chicken Red there was off. We continue to fall into old habits of mistrust and suspicion, of hatred and war. We also find ourselves banding together and rising against forces that would destroy the world. I pray that the day will come when we will break the cycle for good.
This is how war always ends for us. With blood on our hands, mourning those we lost. No amount of fighting can ever bring them back.
Well, that's kind of war.
The cycle ends when we choose to walk away. I wasn't ready to learn that lesson before. Few may be ready now, but learn it we must.
And that must be... Oh. It's not showing me the other thing.
I will do what I can.
And following cease. My brother Derek died in the Second War, only to be raised against his will by the Banshee Queen. Not for Bane Bloodhoof's courageous act of defiance, Derek would have been turned into a weapon against my family. People were theorizing that he may have already been, not to Bane's knowledge. So Sylvanas was able to bait out a traitor and still get a weapon in. He's been living in torment since his awakening, feared that he would be lost to us, but he's received help from an old friend of mine who's also been recently raised, Kalia Menito. She guided him back from the brink of despair. On my way to pay them a visit. Care to join me? Okay, Kalia is a recently added character. She was added in Legion. She is the, as far as I know, she's the sister of Arthas. I'm not sure if she's mentioned in any other material, but yeah, she's added for this. No idea where she was during Warcraft 3, but she turned up alive and well in Legion. I think. Yeah, I think she turned up alive and well in Legion. Then during a BFA novel was killed by Sylvanas. Or a short story was killed by Sylvanas. Basically, there was a faction within her, within the Undercity that wanted to make contact with living family members still in like Stormwind and whatnot, who had fled to Stormwind. And Sylvanas did allow it. And then when some members of her side started to actually defect, she immediately had everyone on the field killed, including Kalia. It had her archers open fire on them, cutting them down. You know, as if no one got the hint early on that she was pretty fucking evil. But yeah, they kind of always went ham on her being a villain.
We all have our ghosts. We cannot let the world.
I knew returning home would be dangerous. Yeah. Whatever. Didn't expect to find healing. You shouldn't have until you lost far more quartz of blood than you did. Is that how you pronounce it? My pronunciation's off. I never did get these because it was, well, those little outposts are pointless and cost far too much. That's fun. That's fun. Yay. Come on. Malfunctioning robot has decided it is actually thrown to the gathering followers.
I thought I saw you glance in my direction.
I would like I would like bonus loot, but I didn't get any rangers, and there's no way for me to get rid of guys I have. Not without just like throwing them away on a mission, which wouldn't assist me here. So, if I can send a single guy and get the reward, then I may as well. Alright. Mount up.
Fancy a cuppa? Safe passage.
Why is the Argent Dawn symbol there? No idea. Or maybe it's not Argent Dawn. I know it's associated for me with, they're associated for some reason in my head. annoying I couldn't reclaim my blacksmithing stuff. Whatever. It's they had in Pandaria. Okay. Let's head back to Normergan. Not there. Mechagon. Oh, my phone's dead. Or did I turn it off?
King Mechagon's forces threaten us at every turn. Band together and fight back.
I turned it off. Okay. I was low on power, but alright. Ooh, I can do this. They added it in later on as a heroic dungeon. So that's nice. Pre-made groups, custom find group, spare, farm, Scourge Stones. Must have brought them back. Yeah, basically with the pre-patches on right now, there is an event up here in Northrend. There's a Scourge Uprising, and you can get different things here. I don't know the full crux of the event, but there's different bosses around the place that are nods and drop nods to rat equipment. They're nods to rat bosses, and they drop equipment that you had in rat. Like minuscule abomination jar. There used to be a tiny abomination in a jar, as you see there. The Black Knight was the boss at the end of the Crusader Tournament quest. Helm of Violent Fracas. You'll get to see, if you watch my Ice Crown stuff, you'll... Ooh, Falric, yeah, if you watched, any of the things where I ran ICC, at the end of Legion, I ran through all the rat raids, as well as some of the rat dungeons. So if you recognize these two from there. I also did all Kata, but that's irrelevant here. Lady Death Whisper you would recognize, Forge Master Garfrost you would recognize, Scourge Tyrannus, yeah, you recognize him from a dungeon. Patchwork, everyone knows him. He's been there since Classic, in Naxxramas. So yeah, this is all the different old horde, rat bosses brought back for some big event. With gear as nods. I'll definitely want to kill them all and get the good stuff for myself. 34 slot bag. That'll be good. Sadly, it's a unique. Though, to be fair, they would hardly allow you to get it multiple times. So yeah, this is something I'll definitely have to take a look at in a little bit. I'm actually tempted in heading there right now, but I should finish here while I'm here.